Over there, just a really quick one. I have to show you this. This is just, let's just zoom in a little bit. This is just stunning. Look at that. Oops. Hey, the war, how are you? How's that for a view, mate? I'm just sitting here and I thought I had to show somebody. It is, isn't it? And just look how clean that water is too. That's looking down to Queenstown Central. And then over on the right is the Queenstown Gardens, Botanical Gardens. And then the ski fields in the back of the Remarkables. Doesn't look like much snow on this side, but on the other side where it gets caught in the basin. I'll just change my seat, get comfy. There we go. The basin on the other side just catches so much snow up there. Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we're here at Queenstown, New Zealand. And that's looking out at the Remarkables ski field. The Remarkables is on the other side of that mountain where it's in the basin and catches all the snow. The ski season is actually finished here, but they're getting more snow now in the spring than they did for their whole season. That low cloud looks pretty impressive too, doesn't it? Hello Stella, no, we're in New Zealand, Queenstown, New Zealand. And the cloud is so low today. You can see up there, the snow up the top. Think you are the war? I just pinned that message. But just have a look. And we're walking just up near the where all the boats are just before. And there must have been a 6 to 7 pound trout just cruising past. Look how clear that is. I'll try and do this without getting wet. So this is all a glacial lake, carved millions of years ago. Hi Stella, how are you? Thank you for joining us today. Let's look right up the lake. You can see that cloud inversion all the way down there. That cloud's sitting very low, but it's just starting to open up here, up our end of the lake. So I think that goes for about 48 kilometres down to the bottom of the lake there, down to Glenorchy. And then that runs all the way out to the, what side? Wouldn't be the Pacific. Well, it would be the Pacific. It's the Pacific, yeah. Let's just come back around here. This is Lake Wakatipu Herbs. We're at Queenstown. That's the Remarkables up there, straight in front of us. Whereabouts in New Zealand are you from, Herbs? So I'm sitting right down at the other end of Queenstown, just looking straight down the Frankton and Kingston arm. That goes to Kingston that way, and that goes to Frankton that way. So Frankton, where that boat's coming out of, that goes down to Frankton, and then where that boat is right down there, that goes towards Kingston. I hope I got them in the correct order. And that's Queenstown Central up there. Looking into a lot of haze, a lot of sunlight. So let's just go back. I just wanted to show you guys just how beautiful this is here. So let's try and get, there we go. Do you fish, Herbs? I just saw about a 6 to 7 pound blue trout swim straight past us. You can see all the activity on the lake. We have a, just there, we have a parasailing or paragliding. We'll have a look at this through these willows. I think they're willows, if anyone can assist me with what they are. But this is the foreshore. We're up around the ridges end. We're going for a bike ride today. We're going to go from Arrowtown. We're going to do the Ale Trail, which will take us up past Coronet Peak. So it should be pretty spectacular. All right, how's that for a view? Oh, the sandflies are starting to come out. All right, there we go, how's that? There. And now they've just pulled the paraglider in. Not a bad backdrop, is it? That cloud inversion is pretty spectacular. Well, we might have the Earnslaw getting ready to leave, so that'll be nice. Smoke down there, that's coming from the coal-fired ship, the Earnslaw, TSS Earnslaw, and it's plied these waters since the early 1900s. All right, let's go for the walk further, and I want to show you this sequoia tree. Now, you people from America won't be impressed, but these are my favourite trees. They are unbelievable. So let's just keep going a bit. Okay, just about here. Oh, look at that. Let's walk up to it. I love just standing under this tree inside the canopy. Look at that. And I stand right back here. If people are not looking, they don't even know you're in here. So I'm standing, and then you got that view from inside here. It is just stunning. Now they're doing work on the Ridges Hotel here for earthquake. So it's a little bit noisy, but still you can hide in here, and the sequoia takes some of that sound out, so it's fantastic. Right, look at that. All right, let's go back down on the lake. Alright, it's looking back towards, it's looking up the lake there with that cloud inversion. You can see up the top there in the snow line. And then looking over towards the Remarkable Range. So look at that. That's looking right up to the Kingston Arm, which goes for another 20 or 30 kilometres straight up past that yellow parachute. And looking back around the lake to these stunning trees. Okay, here comes a ski boat. Let's follow that in not a ski boat, the Hamilton jet that does the tours up the rivers. They do the 360 spins, etc. Well, let's try and get that in. Yeah, there you go. Come around the market buoy, slides it round the corner. Now, I don't think he's got any passengers, otherwise he'd be doing a 360 there. So let's just look back at these. Let's look down. There we go. Down into the snow. That is just a gorgeous view. Now you want to see the scale. There we go. That boat underneath the bottom of the mountain there. We were just in Milford Sound a couple of days ago, and the height of the mountains carved by a glacier was over 2 kilometres high. Isn't it amazing that there was so much ice in there to carve all that out? And all this was carved by a glacier as well in the middle of the island, and it just left a lake. And I believe it's around 300 metres deep here in the middle. So the ice went all the way to the top of that, plus 300 metres deep. So that's over 1 kilometre high. There mustn't have been any drinking water. It was all locked up in glaciers. So this cloud inversion is slowly sneaking over. Down this way is Glenorchy and Milford Sound, and all that cloud cover is moving in from that way, and it's keeping the temperature down. The temperature is around, I would say, 2 degrees, with a slight wind chill taking it down to maybe 1 degree here. So it's nice and fresh, but I'm just standing here in a t-shirt and a puffy jacket, but the puffy jacket's open. Alright, let's have a look at this. How's that? They're getting pulled down to the boat, back of the boat. I will, Jeffrey. Thank you for that. It is stunning here. This is our last day though, which is a bit depressing. We just had a beautiful week here. And then we're back here again in 4 weeks. So that'll be nice. The sun's just going, so it's still up there on the mountain range, so let's zoom in on that. Hey Julie, how are you? Thank you for joining us today from Queenstown, New Zealand. I don't know what the range is called, but that is the Remarkable ski area. So the Remarkables is all there, the basin on the other side of there. And it is full of snow at the moment. We've had a few dumps. I think 2 nights ago we had 20 centimetres. And I think they're getting more snow now in spring than they have in the whole winter season. But they've sent all their ski operators home. They'll be going over to Europe and America now to do the Northern Hemisphere's winter. So there goes the boat that just did the parasailing. And the trees in the foreground there, just near the boat, that's the Queenstown Gardens, Botanical Gardens over there. Oh, thank you, Julie, that's what it's called. All right, it's just starting to clear now. So that there is where the Remarkables is. Yes, it'd be nice, wouldn't it, Jeffrey? It's just stunning here at the moment. Like I said, I think it's 2 degrees with a wind chill down to 1. And this is just so close to our place. 3 hours by plane and we're here. So Jeffrey, do you ski or snowboard? Oh, beautiful. Same as me. What the wife and I like doing is actually getting a pair of snowshoes and heading off into the wilderness with just some snowshoes on. And the best part about it is we don't have bears here, so we don't have to worry about them. But I suppose if it's winter, the bears are hibernating anyway. But yeah, that's what we love doing. I know my hands are starting to get a bit cold. My daughter hates snowshoeing. She's a typical 19-year-old, just wants to get out there and go fast on a pair of skis. It's amazing. We were at Milford Sound the other day and the scenery is just spectacular. And these kids were on there and all they wanted to do was run around the boat, eat biscuits and play on their phones. And the parents, of course, were going mad at them because it cost them a shitload of money to get on there.